able to come back in the game we saw just the other day versus Eintracht Frankfurt, because they went 6-0 down in multiple maps and had to pull it out the bag from behind because they were having such slow starts.
Yeah, it was definitely redemption arcs. We talked about them manning the checkpoint on the way to Tier 1. And, well, they managed to keep the invaders out, but only barely. Now they come up against the real guardsmen. FUT standing on the palisades to start this out. It's Yetege sent to the back of the site. Flashed up, blinded, and almost manages to get a kill from that. Damage done, but it's GX ahead in those early fights. The flank coming in as well from Flickless.
Oh, he's got maybe you have to be a little bit quicker. This whole team has just been lost, and now they know where he is. Both players low, but it doesn't matter. It's enough for Sociable. One of the things we talked about a lot last time we saw FUT play this map was that they were disjointed. You would have Sop, especially on this defensive side, dying within the first 8 seconds and being nowhere near any of his teammates. That was already better synergy than I think we saw the entire last time they played.
It is round 1, but it's
That's
good
one
signs,
more
right?
round than last time.
Exactly. It's good to see that discipline there early on. Singing from the same hymn sheet, our FUT, and it's sounding good coming out of Yetege. 1-0. GX left down to pistols. And for FUT, they've had time to work on all of those problems. We expect that this isn't a round 1 of pure luck. Expect to see that synergy amplified as the rounds go on. Sociable does extremely well. Jesse's been biding his time and finally strikes for 1. With Flickless's kill and the recovery of the Bulldog, this now looks like a competitive enough round for, if anything, GX just want to do damage at the start of this round. And 1 more kill would already be very costly for FUT. But now there's a real opportunity to take it across the line. It all comes down to Zeus being caught. We're catching Flickless, and it's a clean shot from Zeus to seemingly recover this round.
Yeah, unfortunately, not quite quick enough. Any more damage from here would be nice, but
I love that.
They've already spotted
Toxin screen down.
Immediate runaway.
exactly where Jesse is, yeah. They know where he is as well. Yetege have just spotted him, so it really makes it an almost impossibility. If he goes back, he walks into the SMG, maybe even delivers that rifle back into the hands of the defense. And while he's waiting for someone to eventually make their move, and it will be him versus Yetege, with Yetege coming out on top.
Even getting an upgrade to a Bulldog as well. So all the big guns kept over for FUT. Definitely a round that got a bit spooky in the middle there. One fight onto
Jesse getting
Zeus.
behind. That was the bit.
It was the TP out of main. In the chaos, it wasn't heard. And Jesse couldn't help with this fight on Sociable. The Viper wall was up. It was blocking him out. So instead, he just waited to strike it and take down Sop, giving them a chance, but one that won't be converted. GX. Signs of life early, though. That's definitely a good sign. I did really enjoy, though, the fact that Zeus got his kill and just legged it. He wasn't sticking around. He wasn't playing that confident game we've seen before. He was playing the smart one.
Yeah, it's worth mentioning that of those quote-unquote Tier 1 teams, GX are the only one that took a victory in their first game. Maybe good signs going forward, and well, already good signs in this round, leaving an impossible scenario for Yetege, and this bonus round is looking incredibly easy for GX.
Yeah, a very good start. Coming up against a pistol, but I think it was a bandit on Yetege. The rest of the squad was armed to the teeth. And one of the main men I'll have my eye on is Ara over on the GX side. Someone who's been, again, on that up and down arc, but I think the whole team has a narrative to them. Like for Westside, the shift in roles, seeing him here on the Phoenix, I think every game I see him out of Sentinel role is a game where I have to sit there and ask, is he justifying it? I find myself measuring his performance every time.
He did have quite a poor performance in their last game on the Sentinel map, so he was struggling.
Very true,
Which I will say, I completely agree with your point, because normally that is the narrative.
No, you're right, though,
it was weird. He had like an off day. Now, they still made it through the game, so I'm definitely going to be looking at him today, because normally, no matter the role, he still performs. It's whether it works out for the team. Obviously, we've seen Flickless also picking up more of that Phoenix at times to maybe give him back the role that we know him for. But yeah, that was the more shocking thing for me in their last match was that, well, firstly, he had a poor game, but also you saw massive step-ups from Net. I think Jesse had by far his best performance on the 2 maps that they were able to take over the line. So I think that some positive signs, some worrying signs. But the main factor of this game, the main story of this game, is that FUT are coming in as hefty favorites based on form, based off peak. And I'm kind of going to be looking more at GX of like, okay, can you hold up? In the early stage of the round, they're doing very well. They're utilizing the Cs, be it a paranoia, extra utility being thrown through early just to try and deny any of that additional space, additional aggression. And they have got opening kills in back-to-back rounds doing it.
Flickless is sitting so far back here, but Cristalli knew something was up. There's no way they're giving up all that A space for nada. Cautiously approaching. He finds a little bit of info, but what to do from there? For GX, spotting that A push. Seems like it's drawn everybody back in this direction. And, well, glancing down at the util for Cristalli, still, he's got both flashes online at 55 seconds. A decent chance he's going to fire one around, but they're still in the spawn. It didn't catch them. No information to fall into FUT's hands. That second flash is going to be kept in case they need that retake, in case he needs to defend his site. But then eventually it goes for the info. Now they've got it. Blinded outside A, immediate rotation, Sop on his way, but Cristalli might have to hold alone.
Nothing. Nothing to play with. He was very clutch in their game versus BBL, but this is a different scenario. Mollied into a corner, and he's going to get nothing for it. A little bit of tickle damage, but Ara has done the work to open up this site. The question now for FUT is how much are they going to go for here? 3 players fighting into 5. They know there's full weaponry on the other side. They know their economy is not going to cope with them losing all of these guns. It either has to be a victory or they need to save. And while that victory is looking less and less likely as the seconds go by, the hold out from GX looking stellar. And for Yedajay, no choice now but to save.
Yeah, we really didn't know which way the pendulum would swing with that second round. FUT being challenged, almost losing more than they could afford to, and GX showing signs of life. But the fact that FUT recovered, it still made me confident in that strong early start I expect to see. And that GX have given to their opponents even in the last game. So up against FUT, no reason to suspect otherwise yet. And now this turns into a very positive story for the attackers. GX have found damage in the round where they shouldn't really have, then followed up with 2 in a row, momentum starting to build, run it back online coming into this, and probably not even needed because they've now broken the economy of the defenders. It's a great start for a GX that yesterday looked wounded, but again, considering what you said, they did actually manage to hold off the bombardment of those Tier 2 teams, unlike everyone else.
Exactly. That's kind of the funny thing about it is, like, I wouldn't say I watched that game and was like, oh, that's a really impressive performance from GX, but they are the only team that didn't lose. So, if anything, it could be underestimation again of Eintracht Frankfurt. Going into that lower bracket, they might show a team or two who's boss. But for FUT, not the greatest of starts. No real weaponry bar the Yedajay rifle. And I do want to give the caveat that my expectation has been for both these teams when they've done well on this map, it has come on the attack side. A 10-2 attack half versus BBL, 9-3 versus Pacific, and then some struggles on the defensive side versus Vitality. Same can be said, the 7-13 defeat to Team Liquid, 6 rounds on the attack, 1 round on defense. So both teams have looked stronger on the attack, but I think it's more so the manner in which GX have been winning these rounds. They've been comfortable denying aggression, which versus FUT can be difficult.
Well, that should be the case again here. Only 1 rifle. It's in the hands of Yedajay as they look to retake this site. Zeus starts out well with Ara down. And it looks like it's a bit of danger rising towards the back of the site. Flickless, though, is there to recover. A quad kill for the Viper. And that will put GX into the lead. That should have been an easy round. It shouldn't have needed a big play, but Flickless was there anyways.
Yeah, it's always difficult versus FUT and low buys because it is sometimes where you see them group up a little bit more, play more like a normal team in the retake rather than being hyper-aggressive. And that death ball almost caused them problems, but Flickless does an excellent job to hold the line. They still have a lot of their ultimates going forward, 1 off of Viper's Pit, plus the 2 ults that they had already. But now the Soperator comes into play, and that always changes the game a little bit.
Now looking for Heaven control, the change of the wall. Previously it was cutting them off close, allowing that Phoenix to flash through, but this time they want to run deep with it, trading the ult for the space. Sociable, not spotted in the smoke, ready to take them by surprise, but Ara's there quickly, finding a double. And the sight, the plant, comes along with those kills. Nicely done by Ara. We said we had our eyes on him. Well, he had his crosshair on his opponents, much like Zeus. Taking down Flickless makes this doable, and Westside's in trouble. He's got to back off.
He's got to be a little bit careful. Doesn't seem like he's been able to clip his own blaze, so he hasn't actually been able to be healed back up. Leaves him on 19, but the time just feels too far gone. Zeus already looked like he was saving, had the showstopper in his back pocket, decided not to use it. Now he's being chased. That operator is at risk, and they want to remove it from his hands. Ara now one away from acing this round. I think he will stay one away because Yedaje not going for the fight in this moment. Again, he saves at the last second, and that's been the perplexing thing for FUT is it didn't feel like they were fully committed to either of the rounds where they've challenged back in. They've thrown away a load of weaponry. They've denied themselves a repurchase, but they haven't got anything for it.
I'm glad I was cautious in the first round, saying they were all on the same page, but it was only the pistol. Like, here's those issues. I understand why Zeus doesn't ult 10 HP. You go firing out of heaven, you probably don't get to shoot the rocket. You're probably just dead. So that's fair enough. But he did move towards screens. It did look like they're going to go for it, and then the body language is in, it's out, only short of shaking it all about. And for FUT, at this point, they get what they deserve. Sloppy round, sloppy economy on the back of it, pistols. This is where they've had a bit of a challenge before. Flickless needed the 4K last time, and FUT have been very keen to play gambles. We've seen, it was last time it was like 5 players here. This time it's the 4-man stack up on A, and again, you're just going to rely on those sky flashes as well as the Trailblazer, the dog, going out to clear information outside the A site.
Oh.
Yedaje's done well, and they use this showstopper. I like it. It's going to at least get them a weapon, but look, he hasn't got anything to lose. He's going to keep going, and that means he finds Westside. Now they've got picks across the board. Won't even go for the weapon. It's not worth throwing away his life. A 4 versus 2. Okay, good trades at least. This is all that FUT need. A low buy round to get them back into the swing of things, and it's Yedaje. Now we see why he was trusted with that rifle.
Yeah, well, a huge round from him. Jesse, as said, had an excellent game the other day, but I think just before that paranoia connected onto Cristalli, he's able to land the shot. It's around, I was going to say it earlier, you always feel like they'll win one of these every once in a while just because of the raw individual skill that is on that FUT side, but they make it work with a singular ultimate invested, and more importantly, just some nice shots from Yedaje.
Yeah, I'm waiting to hear this scream. This one's going to break the sound barrier. It's a great start. I mean, that weapon is the reason that they go for this fight with the showstopper. Take space, maybe take another life out of the hands of GX. The trades are perfect, and Yedaje keeps the ball rolling all the way till they hit the site. And like you said, that paranoia, it was perfect. It caught both, but just a little bit early on the swing. Of course, he was under pressure from elbow as well, so it's not like he had time to spare. 4-3, a round in it. Early competition by GX, but it's Ara put to bed by Sop right off rip.
Yeah, that might be it.
Oh!
Yeah, he definitely saw him.
Yeah.
He definitely, he saw him put the gun through. I think Flickless thought he was a lot more hidden than he was. That was not that sneaky beaky. Well, Sop's going to be happy with that one. The first kill taking out Ara, the man who's definitely caused them the most issues. And well, speaking of all-out aggression, Cristalli has now been caught. Gives them some space, but the problem is that space is quickly being filled back in by Zeus. And the spike isn't here yet.
There's a minute left. Surely, I didn't see the utility. My little box was blocking that bar, but I'm assuming he still had flashes and that they were coming back online at some point if he didn't. Crazy push.
No charges left.
An opportunity given, but converting it difficult now with the spike down. It's a good recovery. FUT in a 4 versus 1. Westside is the man who can very often pull off these big plays, but doesn't look like FUT are going to give him those opportunities with the spike under their control. So he's got to make his own look, and well, the only thing is it doesn't look like they think he's through. He might be able to surprise the first. I know.
Look at the angles they're holding.
They're far enough back. I thought they were a little further forward than that.
They're not
Yeah,
even fighting
for
for
it.
if they
No
were
worries.
rotating around. They just want to make sure that nobody goes down to anything silly.
10
Plant,
seconds
extra
left.
orb. He's probably going to get one more orb in just a moment's time. And there you go. SOP to close out the triple that he had. And what I mentioned it earlier, the Soperator always seems to change the dynamic of some of these rounds. And when you're trying to hit at pace, he can just be quicker. But there you go. Ara out. And then this one. Yeah, he just sees it walk through. I think they had 2 deaths in this round where they thought, like, this is the other one, where they're like, I am perfectly sectioned off by this wall. There's no way he can see me, and just completely wrong.
Yeah, that Phoenix wall, the Blaze, isn't quite a Viper wall. It's a little more annoying to get that lined up. 4-4 for FUT. Credits built up now. The AWP of SOP, a real threat in that early round, and I'm curious to see GX's adjustment to it. Flickless, the man with the Viper's Pit, starts towards the A site. Immediate rotation. They're going to give up all that side of the map. Play into B. It's going to be much more direct. And the main thing here is look at how they're limiting the opportunities for SOP to get on the line, to hold that line. That has to be the main focus of this round after the performance he just had. And Net's using those smokes to slip through. It's a beautiful play, but SOP's ult has saved the day. Shut down that flank and taken West Side with him.
I thought he'd get the one, but the second, and then the snake bite is denied. That was worryingly close. Rifle getting picked up, clearing some of those close rounds. The Viper's been seen as well, and that's a problem. Zeus even chose his targets perfectly. Jesse's TP is really nice, but well, SOP's there to save the day once again. Back-to-back triple kills for the superstar duelist. But it got very, very messy in the middle.
Oh, mate, Flickless is having a disaster class of a day. Like, he's walking through orbs, showing his entire body and thinking he's sneaky beaky, Inspector Clouseau stealth level, and then he walks out of his pit here. It's inexcusable. The only thing keeping them alive, like, what are you doing? That's unacceptable, and I think we almost need a timeout just for Flickless to grab his breath at this point. Maybe he should stay away from his utility.
That's what he was doing. He couldn't breathe in the pit. He was grabbing a breath.
Surfacing for air. Yeah, it's a new strategy. That's one way to balance Viper, I guess.
Exactly, yeah. You have to hold your breath while you're in the Viper's
filters
pit.
in the mask or
exactly.
something. Yeah.
You need to step out for a second so that you can breathe properly.
God's sake.
Please don't add that.
Yeah, it's silly little mistakes. These things do happen, but now the lead's in FUT's hands. And the economy in that round for GX would have been a great chance to at least put a dent in. Credits running out of control for FUT, and look who's running forward. SOP's got backup here as well. He's going to find one. And they might have even tried to pressure him immediately without the stun.
He's going back.
He's going in. He's
back.
a madman. And Zeus is there with him. A madhouse in B main. And it's left GX with a chance.
Yeah, it felt a bit unnecessary, but hey, maybe they didn't expect there to be so many players in main. Yedeje has thread the needle. He's thread the needle perfectly, but Net was still behind him. Plant hasn't gone in just yet, and now that flank actually gets opened up that little bit more. Sociable is just selling a ruse. He is playing with his opponents, making as much noise as possible, but it seems like Net is maybe piecing things together. Yeah, he is. Net has had a great read in this round. 2 players caught, not looking the right way because of his positioning. And now Sociable, who's being incredibly loud and letting them know where he was, that's not quite as valuable when you don't have a teammate flanking.
It was a fantastic read by Net. Can they figure out Sociable's new position? They don't need to. The high-low called late in the round. This is perfect. With an Odin here, it's a difficult fight to say the least, even if they didn't have those shields on him. The tap goes in, need to break. That, oh, he's just going straight for the spam. It's a bit crazy. It's a bit unhinged.
Where is he going?
What? I'm not sure in what world that would work, but it's certainly not this one, buddy. 5-5.
The funny thing is, he was very close to killing Flickless just spamming. The TP was wild, but I think just running out of time knew his cards were up, unfortunately.
This is crazy, man. Man advantage. I mean, you said maybe they didn't expect as many players there. Then why did they push like that? they knew there were players there. They wanted to fight. I don't know why. And maybe they'll regret that decision at this point.
Well, 5-5. GX have managed to find a round that will break what was the streak of rounds from FUT. Let's have a listen in to the comms.
Yup, you're alone. Let's fight heaven together after this flick.
I can swing.
Ready?
CT, boys.
3, 2.
I was CT, Ara deep.
Can you resmoke heaven?
Can you take position somewhere?
I'm playing safe, boys. Listen, when they start the retake, I'm gonna ult, okay?
Yeah.
Guys, we need someone under, I think.
I go.
I'm holding ult.
Planted. My ult is ready.
Doga, oynasanıza Evan'dan. Doğan, new box'a. Doğan, altına paranoya atıyorum.
Face your fear!
Attım.
Yükledim. Altım yok. Ben piş bakıyorum.
Bekle, şey.
Flash var mısın? Flash at.
Atıyorum, bekle. Atamıyorum, tight attım.
Phoenix under. Phoenix under.
Dead.
Kaçta?
Last player standing.
Oynayamıyor musun? Nasıl?
Yayın attı.
And GX find their way to 6. The lead is theirs again. A competitive early game, Tom. And that's really the concern I had coming into this was if FUT get off to a good start from what we saw of GX yesterday, I don't think they'll get back into it against this team. But they haven't given them too much leeway at all, at any stage.
Yeah, it was an interesting retake because it felt like Sop went to dodge the Nightfall and Zeus jumped in on the Nightfall. It goes back to those same sort of things I was talking about earlier, where they, at moments, they just look very disjointed in what the call is. Whereas GX have been a lot more direct. I think that was a similar issue that we had about them in their previous series, but
It was so slow.
it's definitely looking better at times, picking up the pace, which I'm enjoying. Speaking of picking up the pace.
If he spams him out here, I have to report Nat. I mean, some of his reads have been unbelievable so far in this game. They should really consider having him IGL at some point. Seems like he's got a good read on the game. But if he shoots Yedajay here, I think it's... But if he shoots Yedajay here, I think it's a bridge too far. He's waiting for now for the push to come through. And okay, Yedajay's gone. You're out of the danger you didn't know you were in. But GX will be sending that in late. It's the B main play that Sop's already found and put a stop to Net. He's almost got the timing there, but Yedajay went back to check.
Yeah, Yedajay had one job, and he has done it. He has denied that pressure into middle, and he's now going for a new job. He's looking for a new one, but it's not going to be needed because Sop is the first point of contact. Yedajay had a wonderful flank in that round, but it was irrelevant because Sop has just got another multi-frag.
I will say, if I'm going on the flank and I see my teammates standing on ground like that for a fight, I'm going to get a little bit angry. But you know what? They won it, so you really can't complain. A big half for both teams, in fact. And for GX, they've got to feel good, sat at 6-6. Let's take a listen, though, to how Flickless was feeling before this match. We had a chat with him earlier. Let's see what he had to say.
Flickless, I need...
That QR code, you can just buy the ticket.
Well, I mean, credit card balance got to be there, you know what I'm saying? So there's like, you have a chance, and it's within your hands. Your destiny can take you to Barcelona just like these teams. And for GX, well, they're going to take themselves into this pistol round with their heads held high. A decent first half, I think, under their belt. Certainly better than what we saw out of them yesterday. Confidence and dealing with FUT's aggression early on has been found with a lot of success. Yedajay's slipped the net through mid, but they've given up this space. They should know it. The distraction on ramp down might draw their eye for long enough. Yedajay slips his way into the vents, Xenomorph, and he's caught himself some prey. Beautiful timing. Flickless just cleared this, but oh, they give up the control. Nicely done. Yedajay thought he had a backstab. Maybe he will later, but this space is consciously forfeit from GX.
Yeah, I don't think FUT will mind that too much, though, especially with how much... It's going to be difficult just to all retake from a singular angle. C sent through, Paranoia, Molly, but all the players now up within the heavens from FUT. It's only the one in Crostali just trying to hold the line. Yedajay already catching one, Sop from above as well. They are in a troublesome position with this post plant, and Flickless trying to deny them a second pistol, and he will fail to do so. 7-6, FUT start off another half with a pistol round.
Yeah, a leg up here that, to be honest, in this matchup, they don't really need. It's got to be a bit deflating for GX. I didn't think it would be that deflating for GX. They've called
Lying on the floor yesterday.
I
so
know, but mate, it was either that or pass out. I knew I was going down somehow. Mayday, mayday.
Oh yeah, it's crazy seeing someone get so annoyed. Oh yeah, crazy, isn't it?
Oh God, that was a.
What about the
yesterday was a tough
Sugetsu
day.
pit?
Why did you remind? I'm going to draw it on the map in a second so people know what we're talking about. Flickless, he's found one. Look, they don't have a lot to work with here. So starting it out with a kill is better than I think anyone expected, especially he seems to have gotten that straight down mid. So, all right. That's a bit of a tough fight to lose for Sop. Sop of all people.
Stellar in this game so far. Net trying for a little bit more. Ara now alone, hoping to try and buy them a little bit of time. Unfortunately, I was going to say he won't be able to, but no, he has. They've got a flank coming in. Flickless. Oh, sorry, West Side already in position. Ara's now won another with a classic. I don't know what was said in that pause, but maybe it needs to be copied, repeated till the end of time, because this has worked out for them. Putting them with an advantage.
Heal 'em up,
the
please.
opponents have to scurry away.
Heal up, squad.
They will be able to get those heals in.
70.
30 seconds left.
Take a shot of the Bando at least.
Yeah, I think also the other problem is they're so committed to the other side of the map that if they go and waste time picking up weaponry, that clock might be far enough gone.
Right there, at least 2 of the weapons can be recovered, but yeah, anything around mid's not getting carried over. Still end up with a Bulldog and a Phantom for the round that started out with just classics and a Bandit. This is about as good as could be. Crystalli's heard them go up and above, and oh, look at Yedijay's position. It's nasty. The thing is, if they don't see anyone they might suspect, and never mind, he just strikes right away, puts the pressure on. The heat building as Phoenix looks to cross, as Spam does damage, and Crystalli finishes him off, down to the 1v1. Jesse might have the better weapon,
2 flashes.
but the time is not on his side. The dog bites him to start, and it's a full swing from Crystalli. No time wasted. And a round that, well, honestly, was a bit harder fought than expected for FUT, but it's still won.
Well, this has been Crystalli's map in recent times. When you think back to that game versus BBL where he was pulling off an ace, crazy clutch rounds, and basically was one of the main reasons they were able to win that match. This is not a round that should have been needed, but luckily he just seems to be a safe pair of hands in these post-plant moments, and even after having a stinker of a first half, he has saved them from losing a round they never should have.
But if anything, I think everyone's going to be very afraid when they hear a GX pause coming up. Let's take a listen to how things have changed after Pipson's tirade.
One HP Viper. It's touch Charlie. I'm good. I'm on. Haven't. Bitch, should be. Viper's 1 HP, guys. Nice, bro.
I'm on HP. I come to. Try to go out fast.
Yeah. Close city, Era. Help on her, guys.
Guys,
Is it safe, bro?
Spike planted.
Is it safe?
The save is good.
Yeah. 1 HP Viper.
He's dogging city. We'll break it.
Good flank you from Evan.
Jack Igo and the curse of the comms listenings.
It's
This is ridiculous. He got a martyred him killed.
it's time you start believing in curses. You're in one.
Like, what was that? Oh, man. Oh.
Zeus just wrecked them as well. Like, absolutely wrecked them.
GX can't be happy with that.
There was no level of strategy in that. It was just him running out, headshotting 2 guys, jumping into the open while throwing a grenade. I don't even think he had his gun out.
No.
He was so confident the West Side was going to die, or just didn't think he'd be there. And yeah, from basically losing...
There is no way. There is no way. After the timeout, after the replay,
look, we just need
gonna,
Pips and Cam. Yeah, he didn't have his gun out when he did.
I don't understand. I've always said the moment I remembered was Pipson calling a timeout at 0. So he's getting the prescription sunglasses. That's a big thing, but he'll have those next week, I hear. 9-6. Fair to say that GX are feeling some pressure, not from the scoreline, from the coaching, Mike, but I wouldn't say this is too far gone just yet. Are likely to go 10-6 though. Look at the buy. We've got a couple pieces here or there, a few phantoms, but that's about it.
Yeah, and there's a showstopper for Zeus. If it wasn't bad enough already, with Sop having multiple 3Ks, he came in with one in the last round and basically earned his orb. Now, there are 4 players on this side of the map, but it doesn't look like, at least for now, that is where they're going to go. Sop is taking space in mid. The same looks to be happening over on A, just waiting for any level of aggression. And they're just feeling out the map. They know that there's likely to be a trap in these sort of moments, running in head first. Even with a showstopper, would have its risks about it. They're trying to force somebody into a move to give them a fight, but GX are playing very passively. 40 seconds left, and they've given nothing away.
Well, here it is, more
30
direct
seconds
now,
left.
and Nets realize that he's caught between a rock and a hard place. Tries to dodge the rocket, nice attempt, but the wall way too close. With him down, the A site's wide open. 20 seconds, time might be a pressure. Actually, with losing Heaven control, it certainly would be, but a safe plant now coming in on the site. Still control over ramp, and they're retreating to it. Only problem being that it's not quite planted for them, so this can very easily become uncomfortable. The cross back from Yedege should help. Zeus standing by.
You're dead.
To run it back, not going to get anything for Westside.
Crystalli a little bit ahead. I said he's been good in the post bounce. He might need to be again. Already though, it's Zeus. Quick double. Crystalli there to help, and even a finisher from Sop. Any weaponry can be retrieved, and they now sit 10-6. As I said it towards the beginning, this team on the attack side is where they've done some of their best work, even versus top opposition, and it's looking like they're doing the same again. 4-0 already. And well, in this case, there can't be a pause for Pipson because he already used both.
And this is a tough round. Zeus shouldn't be able to wrap up there like that and take down two. There were 3 players running through that elbow. They went to contact on site off the Phoenix Flash, and the second it got thrown, Zeus is spraying them down. Fish in a barrel. And I think it was Flickless up in Heaven. Like, they needed that cover. They needed someone watching that lane. A small gap left, and it only takes a small gap for a man like Zeus to blow around wide open. 10-6. GX do have rifles here. This is where everything that has been, and I'm going to use the word discussed in those timeouts, needs to be put into practice. They need to prune that panic and find themselves a clean round.
Oh, I was just looking at Zeus.
I thought he was going through.
Yeah, I thought he was going through. I think maybe Sociable was like, don't worry, bro, that's my job. I got this, and waiting up top. Now Zeus swings alongside him. Instead of solo fights, it's a 1-2 punch where they are cleaning everybody up. Jesse, though, at least clings to life. The spike has been planted, and he's just battled 3 players within the Heavens. So where is one of those remaining players? In the Heavens. He thinks he's probably cleared that position. The remainder might be on the site or back towards the ramp. But instead, Yetege is waiting from above, and he becomes an irrelevant piece as it's Crystalli to close. These fast hits from FUT. We saw in the interview earlier, the Flick was like, I expect aggression. They are not coping with it well.
Yeah, I really like how Yedege is playing these rounds, man. He's 11-8, 2 assists. Like, it looks like he's having a decent game, but it's the amount of kills, and this is going to sound really weird before I explain it. It's the amount of kills he doesn't get that's impressive, because he's playing these. Look where he is. He is shift walking towards Spence when the Heaven take is already deep and underway. He is not playing to help his teammates in the fight. He's playing to win the round. He's playing to be the safety net.
I understand.
No, listen, Tom. That's what you always say in our games, all right? He's playing a smart game.
Yeah, because he communicates.
Wow, hold on. You should know. You've got a mini-map, bro. Can't you see? Great work from Yedege again. Threading the needle. What should be a flank now becomes a second front line. He's taken down one. He's caused that rotate from Aura. Pressure put on the other side of the map. Ult used in to clear for Sociable. They've got sight. They don't need to fight like that. But so maybe Sop does. And he's drawing the eye for Yedege to stab them in the back. A knife they knew was coming, but the twist hurt all the same. 12-6 now. And what was a competitive first half, even with both timeouts being used so early, there's been nothing there for GX.
Yeah, honestly, I think the funniest thing that FUT could do right now is pull a pause, because they know it's not going to help the mental of GX. Like, if they had been able to visually see those last 2 pauses, I think they would call one now just for the banter.
Yeah, I wish we could just shout at them. Wait, I know someone who can. Oh, it would be beautiful. Let them stew in it, but FUT, a team that thrives on that momentum. They look to, oh my God, I was going to say, they look to keep the pace going in terms of just keeping the rounds going. But then Sop was in heaven. I thought he was a defender. He was there so quickly. They've taken full control. Jesse's smoked out. There's no opportunity to have a say in this, and the wrap around to defend the spawn from Westside. He doesn't know how many players he was about to run into. That's the first down, and they keep scaling this fight into net. The slide out from Ara catches Cristalli off guard, but the rest of the team is more than ready with a showstopper and the latest flank of all time. Again, the safety net will catch the final kill. It's a kneecapping from Yenisei. A dirty dog indeed. 13-6. Decimation in that second half.
That's just what was trying to get across. What a wise man called Pow once came out with was you need to stick to the something plan. And it seems like they had a good idea of what they're.
The new KFC world famous original recipe tenders. Dip it in your favorite sauces. Order KFC tenders today.
Opponents are going to do. Obviously, there's not a lot of footage on GX. They've changed a few things up here with the Phoenix coming in. So if they have a good game plan, that's what they need to stick to, I guess. Well, at least as a start.
Yeah, well, we'll see if they have a good game plan. This is FUT's map pick, somewhere that they decided they wanted to see this battle go down today. Good stun to start. Westside catching Sop as well. The defense under pressure. The Molly's done a lot of damage. Cristalli's going to fall back, and his buddy Sociable is fed the Wolves as a result. Nice work by Net, and GX have a plant in a 4v2. Great containment as well from Westside, who's got their flank on lockdown even without the trip. It doesn't look like much can go wrong here. It doesn't look like much can go wrong here in the 3v2.
A little bit out there ahead. I like Jesse's going to re-aggress though. He's expecting them to have rotated away, and that's going to give an avenue to play back into this round that they might not necessarily be expecting. Westside, he's missed the timing completely. He wasn't watching it properly, and now he's given his position away. Jesse's gone down as well. This was a 2v4 scenario for GX, and well, it's a let go of the diffusal for a second, but at this point, he might have just been playing with his food. That looked so easy for the side of FUT, and it also looked like GX had no idea what they were doing.
And now a timeout from Pipson. This is, yeah, it might almost warrant it. That's a disgraceful round to lose for GX. I was waiting to see something happen. I thought he was going to turn green, but this is something that for...
No, he'd definitely be Red Hulk.
He would be Red Hulk. he absolutely would be. You're spot on there, or a powered up scroll. But for FUT, this squad, that's a gift you never want to give this team. A round that they feel like they've stolen away. It is free momentum. Sociable. He's going to be blinded. They're thinking of flashing through this smoke, and even with the judge, that could be tough. Dodges it, but the stun's coming through. One, not even two. Cleaned up by the covering fire from the back lines. Westside alone. Headshot machine. A title that he might compete for if he had someone to fight against. And there's one delivered at least. He can't dodge those shots for too long. 2-0 for FUT.
Yeah, they keep all of the Bulldogs as well. The more expensive weaponry has been brought through to the next round, the more valuable weaponry at that. Yeah, I'm hoping that's not going to be the continuation for GX on this map, but I wouldn't be overly surprised. I think the most worrying part for me is that there was clearly a gap left for a moment by Westside, and it very clearly wasn't communicated to the players on site. And that's the most damning thing. Like, you can have a gap sometimes, and as long as everybody knows about it, that's not a problem. But I think it was very clear that that was not the case. And when you're up against FUT, they will exploit everything. Sop, again, with that hyper-aggression, is already going to get rid of Westside. It's the worst player to lose as well, because you lose all coverage across the map. It now means that they are boxed in to specifically B main. They could have lost every other point on this map.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's worthwhile in this round to trade 1-for-1, but taking down Westside more so. Now, though, it comes back into GX's favor. They found Zeus. They've caught the flank. And now they're letting the clock run down. The problem is this should sell to the defenders that they're going to the A side, right? Look at the Cypher setup. They can gamble. They can sit on B knowing that they'll have info if it goes in the other direction. Crystalli spotted a reveal, a drone, a shock, full utility online. The GX have not baited any of this out with 40 seconds. The exec comes through, the reveal starts, but it doesn't see anyone. And Ara takes down Yedege. The danger already subsiding. Oh, it's a little messy from Sociable. He does a lot of damage, but Ara still drawing breath, makes this a tough to impossible task for Crystalli. And the main danger when I see them running into 3 isn't that they'll lose the round, it's that they'll lose a lot of weapons, but GX get out of that one scot-free. Yeah,
I think they do well in the end. I think just pausing for a bit, expecting that FUT won't just sit back or almost can't afford to. Definitely when I was watching Zeus flank them, I was a little bit nervous, but Flickless manages to clear that out. Now the proper buy comes up. This is where...
Market, come on, boys. Nice. Let's go, guys. Keep it.
Keep it.
Keep it. And I think that's the most important thing for us all to take away from this game. When it comes to GX, in this round, they're waiting outside A. They're allowing FUT to take the orb, allowing them to take some space, and hoping that they overextend, hoping that they step a little bit too far forward. But, I mean, it's a nasty setup. FUT are anticipating this. 2 players stood in the angle, Paranoia primed and ready. And get out of it to break the drone. Shock dart sent through. Wait, they're aggressing? Don't they expect the play to be coming in here? They want the fight. FUT, in fact, want to take the fight to them, but that's done from Ara! It's put them on the back foot. That was huge. Crystalli and Zeus both caught by it. And caught out in the open like that. They had nowhere to go.
Where is Sub?
No way.
Where is Sub? He's going to go through. He does deny, but yeah, if there was 5 seconds left on the clock, that would have been pretty cool. Instead, well, Yedege now managed to thread the needle back in. Westside was nowhere near the action. He was on his own adventure on the other side of the map, but luckily, Ara is enough. A great round from him individually, but a necessary one.
Yeah, I think especially, like, Ara looked pretty deflated after that pistol round. He went down first in the 4v2, and I think he realized he made a mistake, knowing how important that round was as well. Like, I feel like you could see it on his face. And having a round like this, okay, he wasn't able to defend Jesse, but he defends the round, gets a 4K, finds that energy, and it'll certainly be sent to him by some of his buddies. A 2-2 scoreline. It was competitive early on, remember. In the last map, a tight first half, and a dominant second one from FUT. So for GX, any momentum they can steal away is worth its weight in gold.
Yeah, this is a must-win round. We've seen this before. Pistols can always work for FUT, but with a post plant, with an outlaw, with ultimates, there should be an almost 0% chance of victory. And in fact, they're going to use the Hunter's Fury. I think realizing how important rounds like this can be. Sop's going to try and make it costly. The laser battle, which kind of went even in the end.
Running low.
But it's all about if he can drop anyone in time. Finds himself a rifle, but is being backstabbed. GX, hold on to that one well. Utilize an ultimate, but I'm absolutely fine with that just to make sure that it doesn't slip out of their hands. And now FUT look to buy again.
I'm quite glad that Jesse got the kill in the end as well. I think he earned it. That paranoia was perfect. As soon as they went to come out, look at it. It not only caught Zeus, but it even, I think, connected a little bit further back, delayed the push. The relay bolt as well, the stun that came out from Ara was impeccably timed. Big reason no one was able to follow up and help trade out on Zeus. For GX, things seem to be taking a turn for the better. So let's see how they stand against Jack Igo's Listen in Curse.
Cypher, come around.
Come towards B, come towards B. Wait, they push A, guys, maybe. They broke the trap with Vandal.
All good. They're droning mid right now.
Walk up, we peek, ready? One tail. Drop for culture, peek, 3, 2. Spam the box. Guys, can we just go towards B? Listen, they're gonna be stacked here, guys. They're gonna be stacked here.
Come re-clear A.
They're spawn. They are 3 on B here.
Yes, listen, we'll re-clear A with the drone and we'll commit on A, boys.
Go through spawn. Go through spawn.
Yeah.
Westy, you can stay mid or B.
Yeah, I will. I went what styles before, yeah?
Yes. Expect this guy in our spawn, for sure.
Here.
He could hear us. He could hear us.
That's fine.
He could be tiles.
Holding my left side, holding right.
I don't want to drone, bro. I just want to flash and run it down, okay?
Okay, let's go. I only have one flash, okay?
It's fine, it's fine. We're gonna go heavy left side, okay? I'll drone right. I'll give you bomb.
Here tiles, I will pick it.
I'm gonna smoke short.
Guys, Cypher took top from bounce.
I'm flashing close.
Go flash.
Go.
That's Cypher. One more, way, late B.
Let's go.
Come in, let's go. We have it.
I'm gonna smoke CD.
He can be out CT.
Got this guy.
I'm talking, bro.
Outside one.
Outside, boys.
Oh, sorry.
The way they dash top mid, guys. Too short. In the short, one short flick. Out CT.
Yeah, out.
One more short flick. Way late. Out CT. There's 2 on side right now.
Where is your ult? It's on short, it's on short.
Hold it.
2 holding.
Last player
Nice try, boys.
It's okay. Nice try, boys.
All good, all good.
Wow, blaze on! Do you think that's what he was saying? I heard some calls from Flickless there. I heard him call his flashes. I didn't hear him call the blaze wall that immolated
He said
Jesse.
sorry.
I mean, he did say sorry afterwards. Net said a lot, though. I gotta say, every listening, my suspicion meter rises that they're lying to us, and Net's RGLing this team. That's tough, bro. That's tough.
I would say, Jesse walked into it.
It's true, he did. No one told him it was going to be there, but he did walk right into it. Silly goose.
But to be fair, if someone says I'm blazing, that's not what I think of.
Probably not the call we want to hear in the studio. Health and safety team's going to be losing their mind. 4v4 early on this mid-crunch. GX find themselves ahead. Yedajay's lurking, and they're heading towards this position. Okay, he's moved. He's stepped away. He's given up market. He wants to have his teammates by his side. Cristalli on the rotate through, spamming on the cross, but nothing found, and Yedajay is the man that's going to have to deal with the brunt of this force. Hides behind the box. Swings open the cam in B main. Sees nothing as well. They know this is a direct through market play, and GX hide. Oh my God, they're waiting. They're waiting for these players to step forward, but Flickless isn't looking up. Thankfully, Yedajay stepped forward. Otherwise, that could have been a disaster. Man advantage maintained, added up to 2, and they still just sit and wait. Again, FUT start to think, did they go back? Nope, they're still sat here. That's the spike they're fighting in market.
These have been the better rounds, and Flickless as well. Redemption for the last 3 kills for him on the Phoenix, but I think the more impressive part of it is we're seeing this more often from GX, like having those initial fights, having the bloodbath in middle, the back and forth that goes either way, and then they just pause. And because FUT are so aggressive in the way that they play, they eventually fall into the trap of just being that little bit too aggressive, that little bit too predictable. For GX, that's going to give them an extension on their lead and put the economy of their opponents in a very bad spot.
I do think FUT, in this moment, they show their hand. They love to play aggressive. They keep going even after the first fight doesn't go their way. There's a lot of pistols. I don't expect anything, but Cristalli delivers a double. Headshots galore. Weapons to be recovered. And sure, there's no heals this time around. Cristalli would normally be the one giving them out in the sky. He'll be left on a sliver of health. TP taken here, that's going to get the spike. To go back in the other direction! They've lost 3 players to Classics this round, and Cristalli's got the mid-cross. Thankfully, he'll be put down. He was low HP, the headshot, a little overkill. There's still a chance to stabilize, but this is way too costly around already.
This will get the gun for Yedajay, so he can now pick up a rifle. Ara's in a great position, though, but he's now going to be noted. He's done well enough already just by reclaiming that space. It stops them falling directly into a second trap, and it's very disjointed, though. Ara, if he misses a shot, it's a problem, and well, he's not quite quick enough. Now Net is left alone. The remaining players from FUT can, well, they can look to group up, but maybe not just yet. Sociable going in alone, and the TP is something that Net is almost hunting for, but they need to now try and find him. The dart into the smoke will make things awkward, and that time is ticking further and further down. Somebody needs to get on this, and Net might have bought enough. I think he should have enough comfortably even for that defusal in the end, but it definitely got a little bit too close for comfort before FUT closed the Emoda Thrifty.
There's a nice try, if I'm not mistaken, that was through a smoke at the end there as well, so a little bit of luck gets them across the line, but the start to this round, insane. Cristalli, there were 4 players coming towards A main. They were up against Classics, essentially, and Cristalli ends up taking 2 down. Yedajay gets one on B. This round spiraled out of control.
I do think, though, like, it does Ara going hunting on his own really bring the value. Like, you needed to basically get rid of a second and a half. Second and a half gone on that clock, you win the round.
It is tough. You understand it. They didn't have shields. That's an incredibly aggressive start from Ara. An attempt to pick up the pace that hasn't quite worked out. The TP from Jesse into the spawn, it looks like It's a spaghetti round from GX. They're throwing everything at the wall, seeing what sticks, and right now, nothing's really working. Everything goes into this flank from Jesse. And
They're gonna drone him.
They're droning it. He's been seen. He won't have a chance to strike. And that's it. Oh, he's the one caught off guard. Jesse is the one flanked. Shot in the back. And for FUT, well, now the round's already done. Who gets what orb is the only remaining question. Can they find a plan? Seems irrelevant to ask, and indeed it is. An attempt likely not made. But saving the weapon, we can see, is going to be far easier said than done. A good idea, a good thought, but a dream that I don't think is going to be realized. What a shot by Sop. In zone, flawless for FUT, and they've taken the lead with that.
Yeah, I think there's two sayings when about throwing stuff at a wall and seeing if it sticks. One of them is spaghetti, and the other one I'm not going to say on air, but I think it was more the other one. That's what that round felt like.
It was stinky. It was stinky.
Yeah, nothing went to plan.
It didn't smell like
nothing.
wet pasta.
Like the initial aggression didn't work. The TP definitely didn't work. Oh, even the remainder, it looks like FUT, after winning a round with just classics, yep, that did happen, have put themselves into the lead on their map choice again. We always talk about them on the attack. Hunter's Fury, though, early reveals, doing a lot of work. Net's done a great job to get them the opener, but then Sop just seems to be better at times. Paranoia, Jesse, perfectly placed, but it's still only going to be the one. A round that, again, puts them in a very advantageous spot. But can Yetege once again ruin their day? It seems like Ara is the player in the most danger, but it looks like he's figuring out, piecing this together, working out where his opponent could be. Well, the drone actually just used for time.
Just wanted to see if he'd take a peek. Yetege hides his hand, sneaks past that reveal, but Ara's the bodyguard on the side, unseen until he strikes. 5-5. And again, my worry here is GX half to half. I would have said after the last game that they had, after half they change in performance. They pick it up because it was slow starts into recoveries, but Split was a very similar story to what we're seeing here, but when we swapped sides, all that momentum was gone.
Yeah, I think FUT have proven. I think especially you have Neon Waylay. It's what they utilize a lot on Haven as well. I think Zeus's Waylay is fantastic on that map. I think he brings in a similar level here where they have so much depth, but also a uniqueness to their style with how they take mid. I'm nervous for GX on that half, and they've moved away from the breach, which I think Flickless has looked good. A lot of the rounds that they've won, I think he's had impact. But is it going to run the same on that defensive half? Because they did all right last time on the defense. But it's not a similar looking round. Nonetheless, immediately in with the ult, that's going to clear some space. Westside was given an opportunity, given a few opportunities, but he's now under some serious pressure. There goes Zeus, and he's cleared. That backline is removed. Sop is completely alone, though. They're completely unnecessary. You're in a 5v4 retake, and he just tries to fight it as a hero. Now his teammates have to try and put things back into their favor once again.
And it means that look who's going alone for that fight towards the spawn. Yetege, no trade possible. Jesse gets it for free, and now Zeus has to try to take this fight. This is all because of Sop going alone, and the round will fall apart because of it. A problem visible since Split. FUT are a dangerous team when they're on the same page, but sometimes they're so segmented.
Yeah, it's one of those plays where you'll watch Sop do that, and sometimes he'll wipe out two players, make the round look really easy, and he looks like the best player in the world, and then the next one you go, that was just so unnecessary. Like, you had an advantage already. Your teammates were all on the same page. They got rid of Westside and middle, you removed all of that danger from flanks, and then you go, well, I'm going to win the round, guys. Instead, well, it almost looks like you lost it. 5-6. GX claim the lead, but this game has been full of back and forth. TPs have been Jesse's nightmare. The from the shadows has sent him to the shadows both times. And while that man advantage this time sits with them, Zeus already on a double. Yetaje has been holding that backside, and only the spike holder remains, and he will fall exactly the same. Back into in-zone flawless territory, and back to 6-6.
Deja vu, 6-6, level as can be, neck and neck. So you know that neither team's gonna go into the next half stressed at all. One man who's known for keeping his cool is Pipson. Let's take a listen to what he had to say before this match.
Pipson is at home.
Get yourself some tickets. We'll see you there in a couple weeks' time. For now, we need to see which of these teams is going to be able to take this second half by storm. In the last map, it was FUT by a margin of, well, they didn't lose a single round, so it was flawless.
Scanning ahead.
We'll see if it's going to be a different story. For FUT. Another pistol round to add to the collection. The last one shouldn't have been theirs. Maybe this one shouldn't either. We'll see. An early trade. Sop already tagged, but it's still... Oh, I thought he was going to go through it for a second. They've left a man behind, though. It's being checked. Well, it's being kind of checked for. Shock dart to close the deal. Not quite, but it's bought him time. They are forcing Cristalli out of that corner. An important kill for GX. But a lot more still to do.
It's Yetaje's measured aggression. We saw it last round and how passive he was peeking that back B side until his moment was right. This time again, strikes while the iron is hot and while no one's looking. But Jesse taking down Sup puts the pressure on now. The spike being approached. Yetaje's got one. Sociable snuck up close, but he's being watched. It doesn't matter. Flickless fails to convert, and Yetaje taking them down blind, puts FUT up to 7. The pistol rounds have been coming in droves for this team today.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed seeing Yetaje's sort of development as a player. Like we talked about, I think him last year where they were having their struggles, even at kickoff where he didn't have the level to his aggression. Like it was either you could tell him, I want you to be really aggressive or I want you to be really passive. And it seemed like he was told to be really passive under the previous coaching staff. Now he's clever with it.
Yes.
Like he's taking the right timings. We saw on the last map as well with him constantly just making sure the rounds are safe, which I think they desperately need with the rest of this roster. And even there is one of the turning points of the round, making sure he's alive in the post plant. For this, it's classics galore. Multiple players waiting, anti-flash being held by Sociable. So although it got maybe a little bit shaky for the other players, he was a safe pair of hands. And well, for Ara, he might get one with the classic. Anything more, I'd be impressed.
Goodbye.
Yetaje again. Out on mid, finds one, sticks around for a little bit more, and that will be costly. But he's only losing himself, the Ghost. The team's still well armed, and well, Sup, yeah, well, this guy fears absolutely no man. Swings in deep, takes down net, clean enough for
No man's a
FUT
good
at 8
player
to 6.
as well, so I'd fear him too.
Yeah, as you should. His sky is terrifying. Good game as well.
Well, lead extended once again. Crazy, we've not seen a pause of these first couple of rounds from Pipson. I was really expecting.
He loves his early time. It's only on split. I told you this. It's only on split. I don't know what it is.
To be fair to him, though, genuinely, if you have a full game plan and people ignore it, I can't blame him.
When you give someone a simple, if this, then this, and they don't listen, yeah, of course you're going to melt down.
Anyway, let's have a listen in to something else. It's FUT.
I'm out of here.
Rev aldım.
Home side değil mi?
Bana atacağım Beke. Sola attım.
Bekledim.
Solda solda.
Sol yakın, sol yakın. Cypher market.
Nice.
Aldım. Vuruyorum.
Beyler CT geldi. Kapanacağım. Bana 10 saniye kazandırmanız lazım
Ben drone
CT'ye.
çıkıyorum, drone çıkıyorum.
This goes here.
Top. Can we break the? I will. You break one
I
kill.
broke it. Keep it mark up, keep it mark up.
Listen, we're gonna paranoid like this and we're gonna go, okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Give me this, Ara. I will flash out as well.
Yes.
I'm ready to blind whenever.
Wait.
Ready, boys?
Be ready.
The smoke city.
Go.
Blinding.
Flashing.
He's smoke.
The smoke. Nice, 2v2. Probably one more side.
Top of mine's 80. I will flash out.
You made one.
Main.
Close B main.
Player
Main pick him in.
standing.
Smells right. 1v1. You have field.
You have one.
My ultimate's ready. Come on, let's go!
You have one as well.
Cam on the right. Shoot the cam. You got this, bro.
Going up.
Nice try, bro.
All good calls from net, but it's not going to be enough. 9-6 for FUT.
Oh yeah, more so Yedege. Yedege again, like just in those post-round scenarios where you think that you have an opportunity to get back into the round, Yedege has been there all the way through this game. Sitting there in the post, took the initial timing to get rid of Jesse. Then in the 1v1, again, you'd bet all on Yedege, even if your opponent has a run it back, even if they could throw blaze walls into the way. It's absolutely irrelevant. 18-6, phenomenal play, and while a 3-round streak, a bonus round 1 once again, and Sop is just not stopping. The T went missing in his name, and he takes over again. These are the other rounds. You have the ones where sometimes he goes amiss, and then he can just take over. Finally, Westside puts him down, but the damage has been done.
Spike planted.
Well, it's his moment now. 3 players lined up to take him down. Of course, it's Yedege to get it. You know, the more this game's gone on, I've thought at a number of points that, like, I just think he's definitely in the top 5 for me, Yedege, as a player. He might be my favorite player. I know Mystic's going to be angry with me for this, but his Viper is fantastic. Woo! Woo! Okay, I'm not going to touch that one. Not going to touch that one. Yeah, I remember him fondly. That's all I'll say. But when it comes to Yedege, man, like his consistency, he survived multiple different iterations of this roster with different ideas. He does his role. When they tell him to play tight, tell him to play slow, he does it. But when you unleash this guy, when you allow him to play smart, play the way that very few people can, but that he can better than almost anyone. He just looks like one of the best. I can't imagine a team not benefiting from Yedege. I don't even care if there's a language barrier. He's just a phenomenal player. His read on the game is great.
Oh dear, oh dear. Already early ping onto Westside. The B site anchor was lighter than they thought it would be. Sop's gonna go through. He's not even just going through the molly, he's stuck in the molly. He's been stunned up. I'm guessing that Zeus did not expect him to go any further, and well, it looks a little silly. A 4v4, planting. Yedege more aggressive. In fact, they all are. They're all waiting for this push to come in. They haven't spotted out some of these close to corners yet, but Flickless is aware. Another multi-frag for him. Yedege can't go to his hidey hole. In fact, he's trying to buy time. He needs to buy time as Sociable's on the wraparound. Paranoia can go through, but he needs so much from it. Jesse gonna play up close, and he can't quite correct in time. Great round from Flickless. And a 7th on the board for GX, a much-needed one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. He was leading that round, leading the charge back into the site. Great work, as you said, from Flickless, a player who, thinking back to yesterday, he had some rough performances. Obviously, the hot hands kill. It's an unusual one to see go down that slow, helping out. Not as slow that they had much control over, but hey,
let's go.
A win's a win. Created the opportunity for his opponents to take themselves out. 10-7, 3-round gap. For FUT, though, it's hard to doubt them getting back on the horse. They've fallen off for a moment, but keeping them down is going to be the real problem for GX.
Well, yeah, I almost wonder if Sop doesn't burn alive from full HP, if that might have been a different round. As I said, swings and roundabouts. You get the good, you get the bad.
I'm pretty sure it was Zeus stunned him, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he didn't self-stun.
I think so. I think it was that sort of stun. He was slowed.
Yeah, it seemed like it.
But also, I could understand Zeus not expecting him to be there.
It's the problem we're playing with Sop,
I
really,
didn't expect him to be in the opponent's molly. Yeah, sorry, lads. Operator in position. Beautiful camera work. Unfortunately, the shot not quite as clean. And well, now he needs a lot more targets. It's not the prettiest, but it gets the job done. 4v4 ensues once again. No ultimates for this attacking side. In fact, Crostelli was the only one that could have used the Hunter's Fury in this round. And Flickless is one away from that run it back once again.
Yeah, they need to be careful. 1 kill to Flickless here, and we can have a big round just like the previous. He's primed with the flash, ready to go. Zeus and Sop would both be caught by it. This could be huge, but Sociable was there. The 3rd man on the line. Hold on! one. West Side has come in with a double. Jesse not spotted yet with Net at his side. They had that lockdown. Beautiful work from GX to get back in again. It looked like Flickless had to be the focal point, but they had much more to fall back on. And great round from Westside.
Yeah, I think he's been having tougher, I don't even want to say maybe even series at this point, but those are the sort of moments that we expect to see from him. That raw individual aim coming through once again, and the aggression of FUT in their post plants being punished a couple of rounds in a row. It means that economically starting to fall back a little in that same bracket. Even still though, at least in this map, it's looking more competitive. The first half similar, but the second half at least has had a round. But I do wonder if FUT play a little bit more passive in their post plants, if this will be a different story.
Oh, the stun sent to left side, and then Flickless pops the ulti, runs right through. Blind is good to at least cancel out that ulti, but he gets information.
Here.
They already know there's players through to the elbow. Now they know 3 outside A, immediate rotations, and that means Ara's here with the op. That's the real danger that they need to avoid.
I was wondering if we might see a Hunter's Fury for this entry, but with the current positioning, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. One player already revealed, and while the crossfire working out wonders, GX this time holding the line, the TP up, audacious. Yedege needs to go huge once again. Him across Starly have managed to make this interesting at least. Still sit a man down, and that overdrive is pinning them back, forcing them forward. And Jesse is waiting on the other side. Seems like he's made the realization that they might just be pushing his way, and Ara is going to finally convert one of those additional picks. It leaves Yetege. Clutch scenario, he's been good, but he's walking surely to, I was going to say towards his demise, but it's messy from West Side.
Yeah, Yetege knew where 2 were.
left.
So he started putting the pieces together. Clears out that angle, takes down 1, but although he doesn't go down, his health bar definitely does. 31 HP left.
Time.
He doesn't have a chance to go back and find that easier site, but GX are giving him the space. He can walk right in here. 12 seconds left, and it's a free plant if he makes it to the safe spot. 8 seconds, though, and he's got to go. 6 seconds, and he's out of time. He's done. Well, 10-9 we go. GX, very well played. They allowed him to play himself.
Yeah, I think that was one of those moments where he was expecting some sort of resistance, got none of it, and then it was like, well, there's no way I could plant. Like, if you get 1 kill, you could then run in for a plant, but if nobody faces you, there is no hope. One of them could just sell, basically just run straight in, deny you, and the round's already over.
Especially with the Neon in play.
Exactly. Good hold. And that's not something we've seen so far from GX. It's been the retakes, it's been catching out those aggressive post plants from FUT. They haven't been able to just hold on to the site, and that's what they did in this round. I am a little bit surprised we didn't see the Hunter's Fury. I think especially with the resistance already shown, I think that would have caused the exact disruption that FUT wanted, but maybe they're saving it for this round.
Maybe. Well, it might not matter. West Side with a good start. As he takes down 1, and Ara even gets out of there. Shorty in hand, swaps to the op, and it's a cleanup from the Neon until it's not. Until Yetege finds 1. Rifles in hand for these 2. It's looking very doable. And Matsop taking Jesse down. This becomes a 1v1 after Yetege's trade. Net, so good so far. His reads have been perfect. You hear those rotation calls, you hear the stack calls. Well, now he's got to read Yetege. That's the biggest task of all. He's in an awful position for where the spike is planted. You could get it to half before he gets anywhere near, so why would you ever check it? An audacious play, but one that gets FUT up to 11 with an Emoda Thrifty.
It's just last round, yeah, ran out of time. This round, he made it. Like, just fantastic stuff from Yetege, reading his opponent perfectly. A trade here where I'm not even sure how he saw anything. They look like, I think Ara created like a maze that he had to fight through, and then just trading every kill effectively all the way to the finish. A triple kill in a Thrifty round. And it's right back to troublesome scenarios for GX. They've got SMGs in the mix. All that economy that they would have hoped would have been built up, and Jesse has just been caught trying to get aggressive.
Jesse's been great so far. Here he's trying to defend Flickless taking the orb. So I understand him peeking. I think he was jump peeking. Look at where the X is as well. He was on his way back when he was taken down. For FUT, such a valuable pick. What? All right. Because Jesse's been so important in a lot of the retakes. His paranoias every time they're getting them at least one kill, a lot of the time too. Now they'll have to work without that. But FUT have already lost a man, and with Zeus going deep, okay, another through the smoke. Good work by Net, but it's quickly undone. And Flickless, the man who found one, a couple of orbs in this round already. Well, he's got a lot more to do, and even the consideration, there's no saving a Stinger in this situation. There's no saving a rifle even. You've got the money for the next round. If he can find some orbs here, a kill before his death, that would make all the difference.
Look how he
expects
them to be so aggressive that he's having to use both flashes just on this early fight, and it leaves him with nothing now. Like, because this is the one round where FUT have finally gone, yeah, you know what, we're actually just going to sit in main. We're not going to throw this round away. We've had a lot of silly moments, and yeah, there's just too many targets. That's the way I've expected FUT to play some of these post plants, and they've done it 0 times thus far. So I completely understand Flickless going like, wait, why is there no one just shooting at me immediately?
I do think an element of that must be the fact that he was 2 away. Like, you just don't want to give
or
Flickless...
the pause. Maybe just after FUT's pause,
oh,
they were
sure.
just like,
sorry, yeah,
please guys, stop.
yeah, absolutely. Either way, it works wonderfully. Flickless doesn't have that run it back in a round that they very much need. That could be the trigger point, but instead, GX come in with a Hunter's Fury, at least. Jesse's ult from the shadows doesn't really matter, but look at what FUT have. They have ults that they want to use as openers, but then they cancel it. Hunter's Fury coming through. Tag should be there on Zeus, but he dashes out immediately, dodges the second burst, comes back. That was a bit of a questionable play. And Flickless has punished him. That's the ult online as a result, and he's dead. He is dead to rights as he's been hunted down. Sop keeps it rolling, and this round looks done. But Sop's very low. He shouldn't be fighting the way that he is.
Yeah, but that's his gameplay. He's going to continue. There's no way that he wants to let anybody else on his team beat him on the scoreboard. Well, he knows he's got Sociable, and more importantly, Yetege. I would say mainly just Yetege is the safe pair of hands. Sociable's not a safe pair of hands. Point proven. He's going to fight immediately and lose his life for it. Now, Sop kind of has to be that little bit more patient. He's the only one that really has any vision over the spike, and it's not pretty. The wraparound from Yetege needs to come in quick, and Westside's going to hold the line. Keeps his teammate safe. That should have been the end of the game, but GX are able to clutch it out.
Sop put in a shift there, but again, not enough. GX are holding on for dear life. And look, I think already this map has been a big improvement on what we saw over on Split. Being able to compete in these moments, Flickless gets a bit unlucky that Sop is where he is with the ult online and is the man that he is. Most players wouldn't try to cross spawn like that. They'd be happy, hey, we got rid of the Phoenix ult. That's already enough. Not for this guy. He takes a kill on the Phoenix and then takes the one in spawn as well. Not enough for the round. Not enough for the win. 2 more in a row to get to overtime for GX.
You never guess. The Hunter's Fury is still on.
Oh, they've got it.
Yeah,
oh.
We've been waiting a while for that one.
Obviously, they'll use it if they have it.
Oh, this is awkward for Jesse. Nowhere to go. Almost just panic stations. The convergence path thrown into the back of the site.
Sociable.
Ooh, it's not the prettiest, but Westside has managed to trade one back. Sociable still fighting forward. And this is the thing. Sometimes it works, sometimes it makes them look foolish, but in rounds like this, it makes Sociable look like he's in God mode.
Yeah, I mean, he weathered a storm of bullets that came his way, and he didn't give it down. Uses his smoke as a ruse to close out the game. I don't know what happened for Sociable to take that much of a risk